What's going on, everyone? This is Chocolate AMUN-RA on a Saturday's session. I want y'all to know every day is a day that I always bring the understanding of the knowledge. Now, it means in all things. Let's pay this attention. It's all things. It's when you're dropping the science and the wisdom and understanding. To me, it's all things. All things underneath the sun. Pay attention. The sun walks on water. The sun walks on earth. So, if the sun walks on the water and the sun walks on the ground, what's up, bro? What do that tell you? Here's a little insight. Hey, bro.
Yes.
This is from Monty. Give me a little insight, Monty.
I don't know. I heard something about the sun walking on the water, and
do you understand that conception?
well, you know, when the sun comes up in the morning, it kind of dances on the seas. So I know where you're coming from.
All right, all right. Now, the sun also walks on the ground.
On the ground, and it makes the flowers grow.
You see?
And who keeps our missing spot? No, I'm only playing.
Wisdom and understanding. That's what it's all about. If you understand the conception that the sun walks on water, it dances on water, it also walks on the ground as we walk. As you understand the conception, do you understand that all the other theologies, all the things that man over the centuries have rewritten, retold, and better to understand in their civilization, it's from the origin. The melanin race. The melanin race are the original race who come from the sun. The dark race. This is not a political or agenda of whose color was here first. No. But they made it that way when they changed the whole conception. They transformed the whole entire conception into the white society's conception. I hate to use the word white in the context of the color context, which is not. We use white to identify all things that's not melanin. So, brothers and sisters, it's always good to get this information and to understand the conception. That life is much bigger than what you think it is, and it's simple than what you think it is. It's only off when men decide to change the whole philosophy, the whole conception on what it is. That is the true matter. There is no matter of who's right or wronger. It's who is changing the conception. And they change the conception to their understanding of the civilization that is at par. Which in our civilization, now, which is modern time, they got this conception of this beautiful sun. You see that sun right there? That sun that's beaming through the clouds. That sun, the conception of that sun, they put it in the content of S-O-N, which is sun. Our conception of sun is S-U-N. And they took that conception and turned it into a man. That is the true conception. If you understand that philosophy, if you don't understand, you do your research. And how do you do your research? There's certain books that you need to get. And not only just that, some of y'all got computers. And when you download certain information, do cross-references. Don't just download one information and then you think you got all the information. Don't do that. The problem with that is when you do things like that, when you download or get a book, or you get a book and you only read one author when in the entirety, you should read several different authors. The reason why, because if you believe that one author, this is where you make your first mistake. You have to read many different authors and cross-reference. You always got to cross-reference on whatever title that you are studying astronomy, you're studying about science, if you're studying mathematics, if you're studying the history of man, you need to always cross-reference. Never take one thought, one mind, one voice, and think that's the answer. Never. You cross-reference, you're going to find out they all have a dotted line that's almost parallel to each other. It's just changed in its form. I want to try to get something with the God here, but he ain't in the mood. So I'm going to leave him alone.
We're going to hit the street again. The street's so messed up.
But anyway. So, see, anyway, I'm gonna leave these brothers alone. Yo, y'all, peace. I know what you're saying. Hurry up and get the fuck out. I like to have fun, y'all. So, like I was saying before, it's a Saturday. I'm working, checking the perimeter, but at the same time, I'm giving y'all the insight. Don't forget it. Don't ever forget it. You know what I'm saying? The spirituality is my life. It's the way of life for me. I accept this system because the other systems was not conformed for me. I couldn't really get into it. I have a background of Jehovah's Witnesses, Christianity, church, a little bit of the Masons, but I didn't really conform to none of those systems because I just didn't feel it. And like I said before, it's been about 7 or 8 years ago when a brother came to me and told me about Hidden Colors. First time I watched Hidden Colors, if anyone of y'all familiar for Hidden Colors, the first one, a lot of brothers said, a brother told me he's watched his film, his documentary, if you will. So when I watched it, I was blown away. I was like in another world. And basically, to keep it real, I was thirsty. And once I got that documentary, I needed to have another one and another one and another one, and so on and so forth. So, I believe that that door was open, but it was closed in a perspective way until that key slipped into that lock and it was unlocked, because I just transformed. I mean, like, instantly transformed. Some people it takes a while, some people has to be broken down because they so institutionalized in the system that they grew up with. And remember, I told you I grew up in the system of the Jehovah's Witness Christianity, but I was not institutionalized. I grew up in it. I always stated that I felt uncomfortable. I felt something was wrong. And this is for me. Some of y'all might find it to go to the Kingdom Hall or any other church program that is good for you, and it is helping you. It's helping you mentally, psychologically. And if it's helping you and you believe, if you truly believe God, the Creator, and that's what truly matters. If you believe in the Creator has many names, and we know that. And all the names was created for the civilization that was there at that point in time. Like we call the Creator Jehovah, Jah, Rasai Jah. So the Creator has many names, and I go by the original title, the Creator. So those who's in the church, and as long as they going and they going for God, and that's what they're doing, and they're not putting a face on the Supreme Being like they have the conception like they got for Jesus. Jesus is false, and they took the conception of the Son, which is S-O-S-U-N, the conception of the Son, and transformed it to S-O-N. Whoever was reading the hieroglyphics in ancient times, a lot of historians didn't know how to break down and understand the metaneta. They don't understand the metaneta. They don't tell you that. It's not easy to dissect that, diverse that. So a lot of people didn't know how to do that, and they just took the conception. I believe a lot of them didn't know how to do it, and what they did was they interpreted And when they interpreted, they switched it to satisfy whoever was the king or the queen at the point in time, but I believe it was the king at the point in time. So when they did that, they used that, and of course, when they understood the conception of what the meaning was of in the Egyptian text, they began to realize that the melanin race, the black man, was the original man. And when they understood that conception, when they understood that, they knew in their mind said they needed to change that text and change that text until basically until the pale race, because their whole notion was to dominate the earth using religion, and they needed a face, they needed an image, and they needed to do that to control it, which most of you already know that. So, it's always good to have insight and go over certain things, but like I stated before, whatever religion or institution that you're in, if you believe in the Creator, that's all that counts. That's all that counts in reality. If you believe in the Creator, and you believe in that He put you on this earth, and you're here to be a better human being, that is the true conception. Because I don't care what institution you is, if you still behaving in a bad manner, or your behavior is just totally corrupted, and you have this knowledge, what are you here for? You ain't teaching your children, you ain't studying, you're not trying to make your culture better than what they really are. So let's take heed to that. The object is to be better, stronger, mentally, psychologically, financially, to be better people on the planet for the future. We have to do this for our people in the future. If not, we're going to continue on repeating the same thing. You can know all about the sun, you can know all about the moon, you can know the distance, even though you don't know the distance because you ain't got a measuring tape. Anybody sitting there, they know the distance between the sun and the earth, they're a liar. They're a liar. No man on Earth's planet have took a measurement and went from the sun to the earth. Everything is speculation. Everything is speculation. So when you read a book and they talk about, yeah, it's facts, the sun and the moon is 9 point something miles, that's a bunch of bullshit, because they didn't do no measurements. Because first of all, you can't get that close to the goddamn sun anyway. That's how powerful it is. Okay, and anytime when somebody keep telling you facts, the only facts is what they already read. The true facts is facts that what you've seen, what you dug up, and what you have done your own research and your homework. That is pure facts. Everything else is speculation off of somebody else's work. So when you understand that and truly understand the true psychological of this whole human race, it's not that hard. Only human beings make things hard. I'm Chocolate AMUN-RA. Have a good one. Peace.